Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/entitled people. In today's episode, about tell my husband he's selfish and needs to grow the fuck up. Friend asked me to watch her cat for a week, she's across town no compensation and then laughs when I ask to use her washer. Karen at the mosque. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. About tell my husband he's selfish and needs to grow the fuck up. So my husband hosts an every year for his birthday, his mates come over and play board games, video games, and spend the weekend being very loud, messy and generally being pains. For years these boys, I will not call them men, have treated my husband's home as a flat house, leaving rubbish everywhere, not cleaning up after themselves, not closing doors, and if they do, not quietly. These boys are all highly qualified, all of them have one or more degrees and yet have no common sense and no respect for others. Last year some of them left food out that was toxic to dogs and my dogs got to it. It wasn't even brought into the house, it was left outside where the dogs are. 6 a.m. phone call to my vet was not what I needed to be doing on my weekend off. So this year I made the decision that the dogs were off the property and now staying at a kennel. My husband has announced that even though next year we will have an 8-month-old, he's still going to have the event and myself and the child can basically leave for that weekend. I might add that for my birthdays he does nothing, forgets it, and does nothing for it. At the end of this weekend I am going to be calling him selfish and to grow up. Let him know that yes, you will leave for the weekend, but won't return until you get time-stamped pictures that both inside and outside have been cleaned up. And for your next birthday, start a countdown at 30 days, post reminders all over the house, send reminders to his calendar, etc. Okay, that's kinda childish, but so is he allowing his friends to trash your house every year on his birthday. This is definitely golden. It shows him there is effort in hosting/cleaning up after a party and that you expect him to do something for your birthday. OP, please do an update with how things go. To be honest, OP should leave, but not just for the weekend. Sounds like on your birthday you need a girls' night and he can take care of the baby. If he complains, then just let him know that his boys' night is out at your house. He can have it at one of his idiot friends' house, but not in yours. They can clean up their house, since you are no longer going to be maid service for a bunch of slobs. What's the positives of this relationship? If my wife forgot my birthday I'd be done. From what you've posted, he doesn't respect you, doesn't love you, is an immature selfish dolt. But you aren't leaving, so WTF. No offense, but doesn't sound like he's at all ready to be a father. I hope I'm wrong. Okay, have you tried counseling? Because it sounds like you need it. He is selfish, immature, and narcissistic. He is also thoughtless and ignorant. You are resentful, understandably, so you need counseling or there isn't a future for this relationship. If he does nothing for you and only for himself, why even come back after the weekend? He obviously isn't gonna grow up. Why are you even with him if he forgets your birthday? That's like the first indicator someone doesn't like you. Friend asked me to watch her cat for a week, she's across town no compensation and then laughs when I ask to use her washer. I think I just want to vent cause I feel a little upset, but anyways y'all tell me. So my friend, Mika and I have been friends, though not close friends, for about 2 years. We met at the gym and really get along, however she often disappears when she's in a new relationship and hence why we aren't super close. Well, recently she came back into my life and hung out. During this time she asked me to come watch her cat, who is 19 years old, while she is out of town and to move her car. Mind you, she lives across town and I am just a recent graduate and pretty broke as I am looking for a job. Mika has a job and is currently living on her own in a nice apartment, though I think struggling with money to pay a high rent. I say sure because her cat is sweet and old and I don't want her to be alone. First she just asks about her cat and then all of a sudden as it gets closer she then mentions she also needs to move her car during street cleaning. I get it, don't want a ticket. Mind you, no compensation or pay, not even an offer for some gas dollar to do all this, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's 'cause she's broke. She tells me to make myself at home but clean up after myself, which I am very clean. But she does say do not eat any of her food. I'm like, okay? LOL. I only go over for a few hours each day because I'm pretty busy myself with job searching, friends, and my own cat. I also have like on-call jobs. I go over and see she has a washing machine, and I'm like, oh, it's expensive to wash and my unit doesn't have one, so I have to take IR somewhere. So we FaceTime so she can see her cat, and I say, hey, can I bring my laundry here? And she straight up laughs and says, girl, I pay the water bill, so no. That's funny. TBH, I didn't think it was too much to ask. Needless to say, I probably won't ever offer to do anything like this for her ever again. If it was me, I'd offer someone gas, or food, or my laundry machine if I could. Guess we're just different. Make yourself at home, but don't eat anything, or use anything that will cost me money. I would never help her out again if she is not willing to help you as well. The thing is, I was OKW not being paid because I know we're all broke at this age. And I didn't think it was too much to ask to literally bring one loaf of laundry there while I watch her cat for free and move her car. Like the gas to get there is expensive. I'd be tempted to leave the water running for the rest of the time she's gone. Just because I'm petty. 1. She is not your friend. 2. She is using you rather than having to pay for cat sitting. And 3. I doubt very much that she is as poor as she is trying to tell you she is. She gave you a total line of BS and got you to be a cat sitter for free. Dump her and block her from now on unless you like being used for a chump. Yep. Very convenient timing for her to pop back into OP's life just when she needed a free cat sitter. How much you want to bet she'll disappear again until she needs something from OP? That is not a friend, that is a user. Agree, drop and block her ASAP. Yes to all that, but after OP has done her laundry. The fact that she laughed when asked really was the cherry on top of the BS sundae. I would have just used it without asking. She said make yourself at home and you hang out there for hours with her cat. I regret asking her cause now I feel weird if I do. Wish I would have just done it. Suggestion: if you're going to do your laundry at her place, take pictures of the settings on the washer and dryer, and when you're done, make sure to put everything back the way it was, temperature, cycle, etc. That is no friend. You need to block her. Here, we call that a user. People who use others without giving anything in return. She has shown you how she is, and people like that do not change. Stop all contact with her and find some more real friends who give back, not just take all the time. Karen at the mosque. For a bit of context for my non-Muslim readers, Friday prayers are like Sunday prayers for Muslims. Mosques are our version of a church. An imam is a priest for Muslims. So after doing my morning routine and taking a shower, I head out in order to reach the mosque before Friday prayer starts. So on the way there I accidentally bump into this woman. I immediately said sorry. Then she went on to rant about how I should look at where I'm going. I said, sorry, again, but I have somewhere to be and I will be careful where I'm going. This wrong thing to say because she immediately started following me. But since the mosque was like a block away, I thought, well, if I enter she might leave me alone. But this turned into a bad idea. Anyway, I enter the mosque and take off my shoes, and the next thing I see is her in the mosque on the carpet with shoes on. The lady came and told me I'm here for a proper apology. Then at that moment, I was like, for what? I gave you an apology already. Anyway, by that moment the people in the mosque were starting to get concerned, and one of the imam asked the lady if it is possible that me, and the lady talk about this outside since we are in a mosque. She then said no, and that she does not care, and that this looks house of a cult to yours. This shocked me and angered me and almost everyone in the mosque, but the imam asked everyone to keep calm. He then told the lady, please leave, because you are causing a disturbance. She had the audacity to tell him not without an apology. He said that Why would anyone want to give you an apology when you just disrespected everyone here? And please leave before I call the police, she then said, because you people are all nothing but dumbass for following a cult-like religion. At that point, someone in the mosque called the police. Only a few minutes later the police came. While the imam was trying to manage the situation by making no one attack the Karen and trying to control the Karen from saying more messed up / racist shit. When the police came, imam told them that this lady has tried to cause a riot in a mosque and distribute the peace. But Karen told the police, I was only here because one of us bumped into her and just said sorry and left. The police were not having any of it and asked Karen to please leave or be forced out. Karen then said, you can't force me out because then I can sue you, so go for it. The police then cuffed her to force her out. One of the police said, sorry you had to deal with this nut job and hopefully your morning prayers go smoothly. After Karen left, prayers started and everything went wild. This happened in the USA, United States. Update, good news, the Karen has a court hearing. Bad news is that I have to be there due to the fact I was so-called main witness and target of the Karen. But I will keep you all updated if something big happens. Update 2, the Karen has gotten a restraining order, community service, and a fine. When I was in university, I took a year of faith studies courses. We went on field trips to local places of worship, a Hindu temple, a Greek Orthodox church, a Jewish temple, a Mennonite church, and a mosque, to name a few. It was incredible to be in these places of worship and speak with those practicing the faith and being educated on things we didn't know. It's one thing to be so rude and demand a begging apology from someone. It's a whole other level of a-hole to go into a place of worship and have a tantrum and insult people. That is a level of entitlement that reaches insane new heights. I'm glad this woman faced consequences for her discriminatory and disgusting outburst. A course like that should be obligatory for everyone this day and age. I am sorry that this happened to you and those in your mosque. This woman displayed her ignorance and racism. Unfortunately, I am sure she will continue to rant, but at least she has to stay away from you. Being in your mosque is exactly why she said racist stuff. She wanted to offend all of you in your own place of worship because she felt entitled and emboldened to do so. It's like those asshole college students who were filmed chanting, "Build that wall" while on spring break in Mexico. I don't understand why apologizing wasn't a good enough apology. Did she expect you to beg for forgiveness for the crime of accidentally jostling her? If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.